What's going on, people? Welcome to United View. Welcome to the first match day of the 2021-2022 season. Man United versus Leeds. Welcome to the road trip. I am gassed. I'm excited. I'm recovered. I'm still not 100%, but I'll probably say about 95. We're good. But I'm buzzing for the game, man. After seeing the curtain raiser last night with Arsenal against Brentford, obviously we can all laugh at Arsenal, which we all did do. But more importantly, the fact that the fans were there. I think that fan that was crying as well, that slightly more mature fan, he was crying at the end. That it just sums up. When you heard the noise, I think Brentford's ground's only like 17,000, but the noise, it just reminded you that football was back, and I thought the coverage was good on Sky Sports. It just reminded you again that football is back, which it is. On the way to Old Trafford, packed out 75,000, first game of the season, and I'm really looking forward to it. Am I confident? Yeah, I am. I am confident. Like I said on the stream yesterday with DJ, I'm not in a situation where I feel nervous. I feel like, letting the fact that the players maybe haven't had as much prep time, I've just kind of put it to the side. Because at the end of the day, I think we've got enough in the tank. I think there's enough positivity around in terms of the team, in terms of the first game back at Old Trafford, 75,000. There's enough there, there's enough there, and I think that's enough to go and get the job done. Team selection is going to be interesting, though. I have to say, team selection is going to be interesting, because I was thinking about it last night, and I was like, who's he going to start up front then? Who's he going to start up front? I think it's going to be Dan James on the left, Martial up front, and Mason Greenwood on the right. Why? Because Dan James has played through the pre-season, as has Mason Greenwood. And Martial is the only recognised striker after that. There's no Rashford, there's no Cavani, obviously. Jadon Sancho's not ready yet. He's going to be on the bench. Pretty much all but confirmed he's going to be on the bench. So I think there's going to be time for Jadon Sancho to come off the bench, which is fine. But that front three is not... Is it good enough to beat Leeds? Of course it is. But it doesn't fill us with the most optimism. The biggest, I think, shocks are going to come in central midfield, which I'm still undecided as to what I think Ollie's going to do. I know what I think he should do. In my opinion, I actually would go with Donny and Van der Beek. I would. And I know that kind of goes against a lot of things in terms of pressing and speed and the type of high energy game that it is. Maybe those two aren't the most combative and the quickest in there. But I think the way that they've been playing and the little kind of signs that we've been seeing with the control they've been having over games, if those two play to the best of their capabilities, which they're fresh and ready to go, I think we stop Leeds having quite a lot of the ball anyway. And Leeds are not really a possession-based team. They want to hit us on the counter-attack. They want to hit us in behind on the counter and make it difficult for us with spaces in behind. So I think that's going to be an interesting one. But I don't think Ollie will do that. I think one of McTominay and Fred starts. If you think about it from the Everton game, they didn't even really get the minutes. McTominay came on at centre-half. Fred came on late because Donny and Matic started. So I think that was a good indication as to where we are and what we're going to be looking at to happen. But I still don't see Ollie going with Matic and Donny, personally. I hope he does, but I think he's going to go with one of those runners. Paul Pogba, I don't think will start either. I don't think he'll start. I mean, he came on in the second half and then came on for 10 minutes in his actual position in central midfield and then went out to the left-hand side. Is he going to start on the left today? I don't see him starting on the left today, personally. In this type of game with Leeds, with the marauding wing backs or wingers, they're going to have a lot of energy down that side. Do you put Paul Pogba there, who isn't really up to match speed? Has only had about, half an hour, 40 minutes or whatever he had the other day against Everton. That's all he's had in his pre-season. And put him on the wing against Everton. I'd rather start him in central mid and see how it goes rather than against Leeds. I'd rather start him centre mid than on the wing. But I could be totally wrong on that. But that's just my gut feeling. So I think Dan James is perfect for this game. Ollie will play it safe and go with Dan James, in my opinion. That's why I think the front three will be what it's going to be. And big game for Lindelof today as well. We know that Rafael Varane's not ready. And a chance for Lindelof that he's just been named captain of the Swedish team as well, which is massive for him. Well done to him. But we have to rely on Lindelof and Maguire today. We need to be on the front foot again. They've done it before. It's not like these players can't do it. Look, the last time we played Leeds was 0-0. Actually, it was a bit of a flat game at Ellen Road. But obviously, the last time we played them at Old Trafford, we gave them the business. But Lindelof and Maguire got to be on it today. The back four will obviously be Luke Shaw left back, providing there's no injuries, and Wan-Bissaka and obviously De Gea in goal. I think that picks itself. It's solid enough, but I still think it's going to be difficult. I do think it's going to be difficult. I don't think it's going to be an easy game. I am going for, I did say 2-0 yesterday, but I'll go with my classic 2-1 win. Classic 2-1 win. I think there's going to be a lot of ring rust. Tony as well, I think it's a big game for him because, again, he's admitted himself he needs a few more games to get up to speed, and he's not quite there yet, which is understandable. He looked like a player who hadn't played since March against Everton. Again, understandable. Didn't play the whole game as well. How long's he going to last? Is he going to have to share out some minutes and then maybe change it halfway through the second half if Tony's flagging, and put Mason up front and then put Sancho on the wing? We shall see. But I think we need him to hit the ground running. That does worry me today that there's no Cavani and obviously there's no Rashford, because Rashford is always a threat. Even if he's not at his best, he's always a threat. But, you know, as a lot would say, Dan James is going to do perfectly fine. All right, cool, we'll see. And no Cavani as well, Dan. Martial's been so out of form, so out of form because he's been injured. And not even out of form, just hasn't played. Sorry, that's probably the wrong terminology. Just hasn't played. So I think that's going to be the biggest test, is to try and get him function as quickly as we can. And from the wing areas with Dan James and Mason, who I think is going to play on the wings, they're going to be massively important to the service to Martial, because, you know, we can't rely on Martial, I don't think, at this stage of where he's at with his comeback, to just be all guns blazing, ready at the go. So it's going to be difficult, but the most important thing is the win. Solskjaer's spoken so much about how, you know, we're not, I think I read a quote saying, he said we're not going to start how we did last year, which is a big statement. But I need that energy. He needs to be saying that. He needs to be saying we're not going to start that out, because we can't afford to. As we saw yesterday with the Premier League new boys Brentford, anything can happen. You know, Leeds are obviously a way more established team than Brentford, but we know what to expect with Leeds. We have to earn the right to play. But I do feel like, you know, the crowd, the atmosphere, full capacity back again, I really do think that's going to carry us over. It might not be pretty at times, but I think that's going to carry us over. What we have to remember as well, which I've said many times, and I hope that you don't see it on social media, when that team's announced and it ain't the team that we want to see, or the team that, you know, oh, we bought Sancho and Varane and they're not there, and look, we're stuck with this, we're stuck. Leave me out of that today. Leave me out of that today. And that's not through blind positivity or, like, you know, not seeing it for what it really is. It's not for that. It's because you have to be realistic with where we're at. Loads of teams got players coming back. It's not Ollie's fault. We ain't even signed Varane yet due to various situations. So that's how you just have to work with it. What's the point in sitting there going mad saying, look at this, he's done that, we're shit with that. It's the first game of the season. Like, we're back. Maybe it's because I've been under the weather for the last week or so, recovered, haven't been at the football for 18 months like a lot of you guys haven't, and I'm just seeing the positive side of it. I'm just in a positive place. Do you know what I'm saying? Football's back. Plus, I'm just being a bit of a realist about it. Our team's not where we need it to be in terms of the progression through pre-season. It just isn't, because of COVID, because of the football calendar and the football schedule. It doesn't allow for players to have the rest. And then obviously the pre-season got cancelled against Preston, which didn't help. So, you know, these are factors beyond the players' control. These are factors beyond Ollie's control. We've just got to work with it. Do you know what I mean? But I'm excited. I'm going for a 2-1 Man United win. Goal scorers. I'm going to say Bruno Fernandes, and I'm going to say Martial. I'm going to say Martial. Bruno and Martial. 2-1 Man United win. Smash a like. It's going to be a long season. First of many games. We'll see you in the fan cams afterwards as well. And yeah, peace. Smash a like on the video. Subscribe if you're new. Laters.